Radio Podcast. It's your girl, Faithe.
And I'm Natalie.
And as you can see to the left of us here, we have a special guest, y'all.
Our special guest, if you don't know her, what's your name?
My name is Eryn. I go by Chef Eryn, y'all.
And we gonna welcome Chef Eryn to the building. Hello,
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, girls. How y'all doing?
We doing good. We doing good. You looking good.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
Love to see it.
Yo, she was busy, too busy for us.
No, but she made the time. Our schedules worked.
Yes.
It was meant to.
We
It was
finally
meant for
got
her to be here. We wanted her here, and we made it work. So we're
Yes.
just glad to have you.
Yes, for
Yes,
sure,
yes,
for
yes,
sure.
yes.
So I'm gonna start us off, and my first question for you is, who is Eryn? And after you answer that, what was Eryn doing before becoming a chef?
Ooh, all right. Who is Eryn? I am this. I like to think that I'm very cool, fun, outgoing. I'm a lover girl. When I say lover girl, I mean I love all my people that's around me. I don't know, like I gotta throw it in. I'm a Leo, so you know how we are. We very passionate about everything, everyone. So I like to think that I'm a good friend. Somebody that you can lean on. I'm like that one that's always there. The fun girl, the life of the party, the one who's always bringing the extra, bringing like Eryn gonna be there. If I'm coming, I'm the glue.
It's
I'm
a
literally the glue.
situation,
Everything. I'm the one. So yeah, that's me. And before becoming a chef,
Yes.
that's the question. The other question y'all gonna believe it, huh?
No, I thought she was asking, can she curse?
I
you can. Yeah.
So I can curse.
Yes.
And the second half of the question just went away. So I was like,
So what was Eryn doing before becoming a chef? So were you working like a 9 to 5?
oh yeah. So before I became a chef, I went through a couple of phases. So a lot of people may or may not know I went to Southern.
That's why.
And I took up, that's where I know you from. And I was about to ask you, I'm like, are we connected from Southern BR, or are we connected from Southern down here?
BR.
Because I went to Southern and BR, and then I transferred down here. So I got a biology degree. I did, and I took a time to get that biology degree.
That bio was hard.
What?
Period.
Got a biology degree. And worked at Ralph Brennan's restaurant. Once I transferred down from Southern Baton Rouge, like my last 2.5 years in school taking a biology, I was working at Ralph Brennan's restaurant. But then COVID hit, and I kind of always had like this little niche for cooking anyway. So like, you know, when I was up at Southern, like I'll cook for my friends in the dorm, in the apartment, wherever we was at. I would cook. Sometimes they'll be like, "Yo, E, I'm about to go to the store, make groceries. You want to make this?" I'm like, "Cool, bet." And then I noticed that like I would kind of like take a lot of pride in what my plate looked like when I take a picture. Like even when I was at my house, when I was in high school, I would just try to do other little things with food. So the niche was always kind of there. But when COVID hit, we had nothing to do but be inside.
Yeah.
So I love Food Network. That's something me and my dad would do. We would watch Food Network all the time. So I would kind of act like I was on Food Network. I feel like everybody done did it.
Yeah.
But during COVID, it gave me so much more time that I would cook. And then I would get food to my mom. And when I would get food to my mom, she'd be on the phone. She'd be like, "Yeah, girl, Eryn done made something else up in here. I feel like I'm at a restaurant." So then I start saying, "Man, let me start like posting what I'm doing and eating on a daily basis." So that's when eating with Eryn became a thing. But there's actually, can I go into that?
Yeah.
There's actually like a little interesting story about how eating with Eryn became a thing.
Spill it.
So eating with Eryn became a thing because, like I told you, I had time during COVID. My mom's like, "Oh, I feel like I'm at a restaurant." I'm like, let me just start blogging what I'm eating on a daily basis, maybe share a couple recipes with people. No big deal, not thinking nothing of it. But in March, 3 nights in a row, I woke up at 3 a.m. So 3rd month, 3 nights in a row, 3 a.m. I swear before God. Woke up every night at 3 a.m. And I started kind of asking God, I'm like, "Okay, God, why you keep waking me up at 3 a.m.? Like, it was weird for me to keep waking up at 3 a.m. One night when I woke up, I just laid in the bed and I was like, I'm about to make this page right now. And then I had another thought. I said, well, what am I going to call it? And it just instantly was like almost like a whisper, Eating with Eryn. So I typed it in to see if it was an available name on Instagram. It was available. Boom. That's how it happened. Next thing you know, I get on Canva. I'm looking to make a little logo or something. So I'm looking, I'm like, whatever, this look cool. It's like chopsticks and a fork or something like that. If you go on my Instagram to the very bottom, that first photo of what Eating with Eryn logo was supposed to look like is there. And it's still there, and I leave it there to remind myself and for other people to see, like, this is where I started.
Yeah.
You know, it might have been like March something, like you'll see the date and all that. And that's just like, that's where it came from. And I would cook and post recipes. Then one of my friends, my good friends, Ty, shout out to Ty, she was like, hey, you could come cook from breakfast for me and my boyfriend. I was like, sure, why not? Did it, posted a picture. The next thing you know, people like, how much this cost? I'm like, how much this cost?
Right, how much does this cost?
I never thought about it like that. And I'm just kind of like, I can't charge people for this. I can't do that without talking to my friends first. So then I got with my friends and I'm like, y'all, let's do a besties brunch. I'm gonna make a whole menu. I'm gonna do a bunch of good food. We're gonna sit down. We could decorate. My friend Taylor, she lives in New York. I don't know if y'all know Taylor or not. She goes by Joanille, but she lives in New York. And she was literally like, we could do that at my mom's house, set up everything nice. I'm like, all right, all my best friends, we sat down at a long table. We decorated everything really, really nice. And I let them try a bunch of my foods. So I was like, all right, y'all got to keep it real with me. Like, this is that moment where I need y'all to tell me, am I going forward? Is this where it's at? And Taylor, another thing, Taylor had always told me, she said, Eryn, you're going to be a famous chef. She was telling me this when we were like 15. She's like, you're going to be a famous chef. She spoke that over me years ago. And I didn't even put it all together that me kind of playing around in the kitchen, me cooking for my roommates and stuff like that, that I was literally manifesting what God was going to have for me anyway. Because remember, I went to school with a biology degree thinking I'm going to be a PT. You know what I'm saying? Doing physical therapy. That was what I thought that God wanted for me. But he took me in a different direction. So back to what I was saying. Long story short, they was like, yo, this busting. They was like, you need to be hitting it for 500 or more. I'm like, 500? I just started. And Taylor and a lot of my friends just kind of like, son, you're like, you gotta know your work. You gotta start there and stay there and keep pushing up. And that's how it started. And then I started doing play sales. And from there, just kind of like, Eating Eryn. Wow. People start seeing me out like, I saw your food. And I'm just like, you saw that? And I'm going into year 3 now. And y'all see where it has me now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just really, really thankful for that. Now, I hope I ain't answered all y'all questions in one conversation. But I can talk. I can talk. I could talk.
No, we like that.
We like that. No, we definitely got more
questions. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is. I think I remember seeing that that besties brunch. You and
Kaylin, yes. Kaylin Booby's my best friend.
Yes, we had her on here. Okay, so let me just ask, is that she said that's kind of, so was that something where you guys both were like, okay, we're not working at Brennan's, so let's just jump into entrepreneurship? Like,
so what I will say towards this, as far as Kaylin goes, like, my good sister hustler. Like, she is a hustler. I'm talking about, like, she got like gear that she had at one point, always a saint on Sunday. Like, this girl be picking up stuff, and she always had that hustle, entrepreneurship fire up underneath her. Me, on the other hand, I really was straight up like, I'm working on my degree, I'm working hard, I'm gonna do the 9 to 5, but you know, that career job that I really, really wanted. But at Brennan's, that job, and I'm thankful for it, but they really make you build tough skin. Like, you have to hustle in that building. Like, if you want to move up, you got to be showing something. And it's kind of, in my opinion, I feel like you can apply that to real world, real life shit, where it's like, you got to hustle. How you going? You got to get up every day. You got to make moves. If you want to get to the top, what do you bring to the table for them to see? They would literally stand you and be like, oh, you want to be a front weight? Oh, you want to come from being a food runner to be a front weight? Oh, I got a test for you. All right. Learn this, remember this, let me see what your spew is. Are you good at the table? Can I, like, they really will make you hustle and work in that building to move around. Like, in that restaurant alone, me and Kaylin worked several different positions. Really, her. She was a host, then she was a reservationist, then she was a food runner, then she was a front wait, then next thing you know, she could have damn near been a manager in that, but she was behind the bar. Like, the girl moved around. Now me, I did reservations, I did host, and before we left, I had gotten in the kitchen. That's another thing. I credit my eye for plating too, from being in the kitchen up under these 5-star elite chefs and watching them plate, watching them be very strategic about like how they wiping their plates off and where they putting the shrimp at and how they lay this way and that way. I do get my eye from that, but it just wasn't enough. Like, nobody wants to keep getting up every day. And here's the problem: And I think this comes with like that, just that boss, when it's naturally in you, like when you're really a boss.
Right.
Like, you don't want to listen to nobody else.
Right.
And it never really worked for me. I will always quit a job because I don't like how you talking to me. You trying to dictate my schedule. You picking and choosing because you the boss and you got your favorites. And she's the same exact way.
Right.
You get tired of that shit. I don't want nobody trying to tell me what to do. I want to be the boss because I got that boss mentality in me. So I don't really want to fucking listen at you.
Right.
I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to keep clock in here and then you come talking in my face, breath all stank, come trying to tell me like what I did wrong on the floor. Or you dictate my schedule. I love being able to freely get up and say, I start my day every day with meditation. I start my day with meditation, then tea or water or something like that, then I'm going to the gym. After I work out, I come home, I take my shower, and I'm going to the store. I make my groceries, I sit down, I check my emails. You know, like I dictate where it's at for me, and I see where there's longevity in that. But the thing is, when you're an entrepreneur, what they say, like, ain't nobody gonna do that shit for you. You gotta get up and do it yourself.
Like college.
Yes, like
nobody gonna
you're
wake you
on
up.
your own. If I don't get up and check my emails, if I don't respond to these clients, if I don't book these events that these people are trying to have booked for me, then I don't eat. So that lights another fire up underneath you. But like I was saying, just like working up in that building, no shade, y'all probably don't bloop this, but like there's a lot of picks and chooses and favoritism, and I feel like that's across the board. Wherever you work, your manager is gonna have some dictation over like how something goes for you, and we ain't like that. So me and Kay kind of like back to back. Like I went with my move with the chef shit, and did she tell you the story about the boob tape? Like, did she ever mention on a sidebar about just like having boob tape and wearing it out of town and then looking at the shit and being like, ain't no black people doing this shit. Ain't no, like, she literally mentioned that shit, like just saying, ain't no black person doing this. And really was like, I'm gonna do this, and really did the shit. Like, there's more to that story, but it was really just a snap of a finger like that, and that was her niche, like that was her thing. That there's so much more that can come from that, because you know you got your boob tape, now you need oil to take that shit off. Then like, not that it's a bad thing, but like even if you want to have boob plumper or some shit, I don't know, like or some skincare or whatever the case may be for the people that don't pay attention and just be ripping it off like me. But like, you know, there's so much stuff that you can do with that.
You didn't hear that, Caitlin. She doing it the right way.
She know I be ripping that shit off, because she would literally walk up to me and look at my skin and be like, you're ripping the tape off, ain't you? I'd be like, son, I'm just be trying, nobody got time, I'm trying to get around that. When I get home, I'm trying to get that off and free myself. So
but no, I like the point that you made. Like, it's a difference between a job telling you, okay, wake up at 5 a.m. and come here, and you got to be here at 6 and you do this, but and compared to you actually like, oh, I want to wake up at 5 o'clock, I want to start my day with this, I want to do this because that's going to make me feel good. Just waking up and having a rush and go to a job that don't make me feel good. I'm not fully being able to power myself up before I have to come in y'all face and handle everything that y'all about to, you know, throw at me. So I definitely do like that. Meditation is my thing, girl. I cannot start my day without it.
You gotta get your mind right and get your spirit right before you start your day, because you gotta block out the demons that come your way every single day, girl, because there be drama in this world.
All the demons, child. All the demons. So for you, at what age did you start cooking? Like really truly before you started your business?
I'm gonna say I started sticking my nose in the kitchen probably when I was like 13.
Really?
Literally, like it was because I grew up in that household where it was like a custom. Like we know on Monday, it wasn't always red beans. It probably would be butter beans or something like that. Cause I mean, I don't know. My family just a butter bean people instead of red.
We having some type of bean on.
And then on Tuesdays, it wasn't even Mexican for us. It was Chinese, but it would be takeout. So it was either like we get Chinese, and then my brothers would get pizza, and then Wednesday, I'm remembering, like it would be chicken breast and broccoli and stuff. Like, so I grew up in that a customer, like we knew what we was eating. So it's spaghetti on Thursday, so I already know what we about to eat. So after a while, I started to acquire my own taste for stuff. So I'll go in the kitchen, I'll be like, well, what's gonna happen if I put this like in here instead? Or when my mom and I looking, let me stir the noodles instead of you, mom. I could read the back of the box for the jambalaya, like I could do that, you know, it ain't no problem when she walk out the kitchen, or like she go walk off, do something for my dad or something like that, then something burning. So now I gotta go run in the kitchen and go deal with it anyway. Yeah. So that's when I kind of started getting in there and kind of just messing around with things. But my love for food was developed so young because my grandfather, he cooked a lot. And I remember going to my grandfather's house and always smelling something weird and being like, what's that? And they'd be like, chitlins. You know what I'm saying? And then my dad, he would do weird stuff like put ketchup and hot sauce on pizza, and he would put mayonnaise on asparagus. I know it sounds gross, but when you're young and
mayonnaise on asparagus, we not gonna slide over that.
My dad, he put mayonnaise on asparagus, and he'll put like nature seasoning. I would still do that to this day. Like
really?
I would do it.
Is it good?
It's good.
Okay.
And I can't stamp the pizza with the hot sauce and the ketchup. God rest my daddy's soul, but that was weird. But I still tried it, and it just kind of opened up my palate so young to just want to try different things. And I love eating, and they used to always be like, girl, you got a hefty appetite, because I just used to eat. I love food. Like food loves me, I love food. That's why we got a good relationship. But I would say 13 solidly is when I wasn't afraid to be in the kitchen and messing with stuff. And I always like to like mix sauces. So like I'll take like mayonnaise and barbecue and ketchup and then mix it up like, I'm making a special sauce to put on my burger, essentially, because I would put those condiments on there anyway, and they're gonna get mixed, so I would just pre-mix, like just things like that. Is why I knew like there was something going on, you know, but it wasn't really like that deep then. But I would say about 13, preteen. Yeah.
Okay, and how old are you right now?
I'm 27.
27, y'all.
13 to 27.
That's tough.
So let me ask you a question, because did you have an easy bake oven growing up?
I did.
You did?
I did. And when the light bulb went out, that was it for easy bake. It wasn't replaced. Like I moved on from that pretty swift. Yeah.
I don't think that easy bake oven deserved the abandonment.
It was abandoned, and I can remember before Katrina like that, just sitting in the corner like it was just like that's it. But wasn't gonna throw it away, because you just never know. I got that mindset like I'm not gonna throw it away. Like I never know if I'm gonna come back to it, but wasn't ever going back to it.
So my next question is, do you have any strengths and weaknesses as a chef? If so, name them.
Okay. I think that my strength would be that I'm not afraid to go up against anything.
Okay.
It's a more of a like mentality when it comes to cooking.
Right.
And I would say that my weakness would be that I'm human, so I make mistakes. And in those mistakes, I think that I'm hard on myself. I'm very hard. Like, I know everybody's their own biggest critic, but I'm very hard on myself, especially when it comes down to dishes that I create. So I'll cook something and plate it up, everything look beautiful, have a new client, or cook for some people from out of town, and you know, they get the food and like I'll leave, or they'll be eating and I'll just keep saying, do they like it? Do they like it? Or are they enjoying it? And I think I just doubt myself, you know, like as a human, just kind of being a little insecure whenever I'm giving, you know, because
it should be.
You just, you know what I'm saying? And I want everyone to receive it well. Yeah. But everybody don't have the same taste buds. I mean, just how like they got people that think Beyonce can't sing. You know what I'm saying? There's people that feel like Keisha Cole can't sing. Yeah. But they clearly can sing. It's gotten them far, right? Right. But I feel like I'm very tough on myself when it comes down to my cooking. And I feel like sometimes I kind of like talk myself out of doing certain things or going forward with certain dishes or stuff like that. Just because in my mind I'm like, I don't know, like if they'll like it, if this person will like it. But at the same token, I'm still not afraid to try anything. Yeah. Right. So I would say, with my strength and my weaknesses, I would say it's more of a mental thing, because I feel like when the risk gets to like working, like it's gonna work, but it's more of a mental battle for me when it comes down to strength and weaknesses. Right.
No, I'm glad that you're transparent with that, because I feel like you know, and I just want to tell you to give yourself grace. We just talked about that in one of our episodes, because I feel like everybody's hard on themselves, but sometimes you just gotta realize, you know, like giving yourself grace, that, you know, like sometimes it's okay to not be so hard on yourself, because especially if you putting in the time, the work, the effort, and you giving that good customer service, it's okay to give yourself grace. But I like that you're transparent, because, you know, some people don't know their strengths and their weaknesses, because we all got something we can work on also. Like but I like that, you know, like you acknowledge, you know, I do have a weakness, because, you know, some people so like, okay, well, this is my food, is great, and you know, but like you said, some people are insecure, and you know, I think we all have those insecurities, so I'm glad that you said that, because we don't talk about that a lot.
People feel like if you talk about being insecure and say I'm human or I'm not confident in this, then that shows a sign of weakness. But I feel like that's strength to be able to admit that like I ain't perfect, I make mistakes. Sometimes I get nervous. Like anybody that will sit in front of you and tell you I don't get nervous, things don't scare me, I don't think that I'm the best in the world, there's somebody out there that may be better than me, I feel like they're lying and that's fake. Because like in reality, like everybody has that big mountain that they're afraid to go over, or that phobia, or you're afraid of something, there is something that makes you feel like that inner child, like I want to be held, or I need my mom or my dad, you know what I'm saying, type thing. And like as humans, everybody has it, so if anybody says that they don't, then
it's just a different way of showing it. Everybody don't show it the same.
Of course everybody gotta try to put on that poker face, but not me. I'm gonna keep it real with you, like that. I feel like that would be my weakness, is just that one thing. Oh, and it took me a while to get time management right. Like I will literally be like flying on the interstate holding a pan because my ass then waited till the last minute on, like, you know, like time just gets away from me. Yeah. Anybody will tell you that. Any of my friends that are watching this, I bet you if you put this part in here and say anything about Eryn having horrible time management sometimes, like they gonna comment and be like, she late for everything. I'm late. I'm that late friend. So like when it came to my business, like it took me a minute. I'm finally starting to get that in check and in line. But in the beginning, I used to stay heart beating out my chest because I'm like, I gotta help me load the car. Hurry up. Come on. I gotta go. People always tell me like, yo, you gotta do better. Like you need to be moving faster. Like stop snoozing. Get up and get work. Like, cause there'll be times where, like, for example, for Essence Fest, I don't think I slept Essence Fest weekend at all, because I had something every single day, starting off with the mayor's event, and I was literally like taking 2-hour naps. Like I would prep till 12, sleep for 2 hours, and get back up at like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Let's clap. You say what the
what? Mayor's event.
Okay, all right,
yeah, for Essence Fest. Yeah, that was a big deal for me. That was a really big deal for me. Thank you. That was a lot of times in the mayor's event where I'm like rolling egg rolls, frying egg rolls, and giving them to people, and watching people that say I don't eat pork be like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat it anyway, and then coming back like, this shit good. Like grown men in suits like, this shit make me feel like a kid. This feel like Saturday morning watching cartoons. And I took a lot of time because I'm very humble. Like I might come off like with a demeanor, I don't know if I do, but some people have told me I have like a cocky demeanor sometimes.
No, you're just confident.
But I swear to God, I'm so humble and so grateful and so thankful for everything, because what I have under me right now, for God to be able to like open my eyes to it, walk me to it, say this is where you at, this is what you need to be doing, and for me to actually say, okay, I'm going forward, I'm walking in it, and to get the recognition for the things that come my way, I am forever grateful. So in that event, there was multiple times where I stepped back and literally held back tears, because I'm just kind of like, damn, Eryn, like, you are working the mayor's event, like I'm here for opening of Essence Fest. Excuse me. And there's literally a bunch of people in here that are a part of Essence Fest, like the owner and stuff like that are trying your food. Like these people are literally, we'll talk about that another time, but when y'all walk down the aisle in your grocery store, and you say that for something else, but literally like big blessings. Big blessings, like to be there, to be around those people, to be speaking with those people, getting connected, like the connections, like it's just crazy, and I'm forever grateful for that. Forever grateful.
And that's crazy, because if people don't remember events or things like that, they're gonna remember the food. Whether it was nasty, whether it was good, they're like, damn, I don't remember what that place name was called, but that shit was nasty, or that shit was like good. I'm going back there. Like
my friends and my cousins that were working the event with me were literally coming to me like, I just walked out to go get the other pan. I literally hear people coming up the stairs, I want to see about these egg rolls, because I made breakfast egg rolls. And that little recipe literally came from me making it for my niece and my nephew, like on some, this what I got. All right, won't be funny, let's stick it in an egg roll and deep fry it. You know, and I did the same exact thing because it was a brunch themed event for the mayor's event. And there were literally people coming up the stairs, like my pro fight came in and was like, Nah, if I would have known you were the one that was doing the egg rolls, when they literally, when I walked in, they was like, go upstairs to the egg rolls, go upstairs to the egg rolls. Like, everyone was flowing in, coming straight towards me, talked about those things. And I had a friend that I spoke to a day later, and he was like, yo, you the one who had the egg rolls? He was like, I wasn't even at the event. He was like, the old mayor, what is this man's name?
No idea.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Either way, the old mayor, girl, literally must have been way in PR talking about the egg rolls.
Oh my God.
And I got that word back just from speaking to a friend who was literally like, they were talking about your egg rolls literally a little while ago. Like, that's crazy. You the one that made them. Like, I'm finding out from you that it was yours. So it was just like, it's things like that that are confirmation to me, like that you're doing something right. Like, this is where you belong. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
I love that.
Let me ask you a little side question to that. So your time management for that, what was that like? How did you prepare?
Okay, so the mayor's event was Thursday. I had all my groceries that Sunday prior.
Okay.
Stored. Bust all that stuff open like Tuesday. Wednesday it's bust open. I'm making all the stuff, the mixtures. Wednesday night I rolled them. Like all the egg rolls, 750 egg rolls. Me, my best friend, I'm rolling my eyes because she rolled like 10 egg rolls, and was just kind of overseeing. I'll never forget that. I'm like, girl, look at them egg rolls. Like, I'm rolling you around here trying to oversee. You using my kitchen. I'm like, all right, cool.
You got that.
My cousins, and everybody pitched in, and 750 egg rolls. Rolled, stored, ready to get up and go the next day to the mayor's event. To fry. And I was doing a live demo there too. So like, I'm frying them, but then when people walk up asking questions, I'm literally taking a mixture and actually rolling the egg rolls in front of people and dropping them and talking to people. And before you know it, people want to take pictures with me. People are like lined up just to talk to me, giving me their cards, telling me you need PR, telling me you need a manager, telling me you need
PR and a manager.
Somebody asked me to do a TV show that was going to be shown in like another country or something like that. There was so much stuff that was coming at me like that. At once it was overwhelming. Like literally, like I didn't even know how. Like, talk about overwhelming, but in a good way.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Oh, that's
so yeah. Like I had to. I wasn't playing around with the mayor's event at all. Like I was like, I gotta make sure my stuff is together, and I was straight. I was good. And then my cousins and my best friend that weekend, like, we was literally the dream team. So, like, I had a real good, solid support system. So, I wasn't really tripping off nothing. Because anything that I was about to trip on, like, they was like, oh, gotcha. I'm going to go get this. I'm going to make this move. I'm going to do that. And everything really went smooth, like, really smooth. So
that's really good.
And
I love that.
Yeah, and that's dope that you have such supportive friends and, and family members. Because it's so hard to, like, you know, it's a... I don't want to say a majority, but you know, some people are like in it to like, okay, I'm gonna help you. What am I gonna get out of it?
Right.
You know,
yeah, it can be like that. And I've hired and fired so many people. Like to the people out there that are probably like, let me just say this now and clear it. To the people out there who be like, she take long to respond. It's because it's just me. It's just me, and I'm going through hundreds of emails and my website and people that get the number off there and text my business phone and my personal phone. Like, that's a lot. So I try to do the best that I can, but if anybody looking to be an assistant, I'm hiring. Like, literally.
Yeah. Make sure you drop your email at the end. Drop your email right now.
Please
help me, Eryn assistant.
Please.
Yes.
But that's really dope. And definitely just congratulations on everything.
Thank y'all.
Whatever you have accomplished so far, and just congratulations on whatever you're gonna be accomplishing in the future.
Thank you.
Yes, Black girls.
Black girl magic.
Black girl
Making
magic.
it happen every day. Making it happen every day.
But what is your favorite dish to cook?
I love brunch. So I'm gonna say my favorite dish to cook. There's so many like that I just love making for breakfast.
All right, pick two.
But
pick two.
Okay, so if I have to pick two, I would probably say it's between any type of like French toast that allows me to like get creative. So like I'll take French toast and do like 5 different variations of it. So like probably French toast because it gives me the ability to be creative. And my next one I would say probably like shrimp and grits or something like that. Like just because like again I could mix up the proteins. Like, you know, I could be like lamb, I could be like shrimp, I could be like lobster, I could be like seafood. So I got crawfish, crab meat, and, you know, so it just allows me to play around with it, you know, so that'll probably be my 2 faves. Yeah, probably.
Got me hungry.
I know. So, name a few kitchen tools you can't do without.
My chopping board.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, I can't do without my chopping board. And a skillet. Ooh. Like one skillet and a chopping board. Shit, can't cut if you ain't got no knife. But, you know, like, but I'm going to have to go with skillet because I feel like I could do anything with a skillet. And I need my chopping board, number one, because I'm probably going to put something on there. Like, if I'm cutting a vegetable, if I'm putting salmon down, if I'm putting shrimp, sizing them up, see where they going to go, if I'm slicing through some lamb, like, I need the chopping board. And then the skillet, like, I feel like I could do anything. Like, if my skillet deep enough and I ain't got nothing else, I can make grits in there. If I can make spaghetti, one pot wonders, like, you need a skillet. So, yeah, a deep skillet, I'll say. Deep skillet. So.
Okay.
So, what or who, you probably touched on it a little bit earlier, but what or who inspired you to actually start cooking?
I would say that a lot of my inspiration for like why I'm cooking seriously would stem from my dad. Okay. I would give it to my dad because I feel like he was literally like my biggest critic. Whenever I would cook, cause see, on my daddy's side of the family, it's a lot of cooking going on. Like, my mom, obviously they could cook, but like, I'm talking about on some, there's a family recipe book. Like, growing up, my daddy would tell me about how like his grandmother or his aunts and stuff like that make donuts from scratch, you know, like with the biscuit can and put the hole in it and stuff like that. Stuff like that, or like how my aunt makes the best oyster patties around Christmas. And like,
I ain't never heard nothing like that.
Y'all don't know what oyster patties
are? Never heard nothing like that.
Okay, we learning something new.
So yeah, like that's like this holiday, like a holiday dish. Go in the 7-Eleven and go find somebody. I bet you they know how to make oyster patties around the holidays. Or like, it's just my daddy's side of the family was that side that's always making something from scratch or they cooking. And to this day, I got cousins right now that I follow on Instagram. Like, literally, I cooked for one of my little cousin's birthday party. I did a brunch spread. Real cute. Whole time they eating, I'm looking hard at everybody. Because if anybody in here say I can't cook, I'm done. I'm done. But they approved of it. So they approved what I'm doing. So, you know, it's like, all right, she signed off on it. She's good. But my daddy would not hold back. When I really did start picking up, like when I was like 17 and I'm like in the house and I'm really cooking like steak and shrimp and stuff like that in the house and go give it to my daddy, he will let me know, steak dry, this salty, I don't like my broccoli like this. I'll never forget, I made spaghetti and meatballs and I made the meatballs from scratch for the first time and I went and gave it to my daddy and he ate it and literally looked at me and was like, dry, like your meatballs dry. My sister would have made it this way, and I walk out like, tell me what your sister would have made this way. Like, he would be quick to tell me the real, and like that's one thing that I can honestly say that like if I could do anything, I would just bring my dad back so he could see like how far I've gotten like within this, because like he was like that one person who literally was so straightforward, so honest. Not saying that other people are not. I just really wish I could just be like, Daddy, look, like, I know I was doing this, but look what I'm really doing. Like, Dad, I got a billboard. Like, Daddy, I'm really a chef. Like, I've cooked for different people. I even, you know, like all these good things just to hear him be like, yeah, you know, or like, what should I do next? How should I, you should have did it this way type thing. Yeah. That's the one thing that, unfortunately, I don't get to get. Right. But he has come in my dreams a couple times to let me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I just wish that. The real deal.
I'm sure he's so proud of you.
No, for sure.
Because I feel like, all right, cooking is not easy. I'm sorry, it's not, especially when the type of, it's easy if you're just doing like regular meals. But what Eryn do, if y'all haven't went on her page, what Eryn do, that's like really like eye technique, everything. Yes. So it's not. I'm not gonna put it's easy because you know some people just be like, oh, watch YouTube videos but. It's like you're a chef, so I'm sure he would be proud because, you know, you're still learning and you learn as you go with food and stuff like that. Yeah. Food isn't so, like, how people make it seem so easy. Like you say, you have to have an eye, you have to have technique, time management, stuff like that. You're actually a chef. You're not just cooking, I'm just going to cook
for the fun of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm sure he would definitely be proud of you.
Yeah, and you just confirmed that he come in your dreams a couple times and let you know that you really are like you really doing this shit. Like you really, really doing it. And the people around you that's telling you that you're really like what you're doing and how good you're doing, that's him too. Like he could be sending those people through him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. It's him, but sending them through other people. So it's just, no, I know that, you know, you really want him to be here physically, but he's here in so many other ways. You know what I'm saying? So many other forms. So no, he's definitely here. And shit,
shout out to Eryn's dad.
Yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Yes. So my next question is, what other services do you provide? So like, I know you do meal prepping. Any other?
So I identify as a private chef, event caterer, and meal preps. So meal prep really take up a lot of my time, like in a good way though. Like that's what keeps me busy. So when people are thinking like, if you don't see me posting a reel or posting about food, I swear to God, I'm still at the store. I literally have clients who clocking me like, what time is drop off this week? I'm talking about automatic payout, like week this day menu. Like I work with nutritionists for some of my clients that have special accommodations. So meal prepping is a really, really big part of my job. Event catering, I would say, would be next, because I want to say during COVID, the private dining, sit down dinners and things of that nature was a bigger deal because people couldn't go to restaurants or they were afraid, so they wanted someone to come in and give them that experience. And I do that. Like whenever a person books me for a private dining experience, it's not just gonna be I'm a cook, put it in front of you and walk off. No, I'm literally checking on you. How is everything tasting? Like
you at a restaurant.
You need more water, I will exchange your water. If you got champagne or wine service, I make cocktails. Like I don't advertise that as much as I used to, but I actually make cocktails. Like I've had clients that have booked me and I've created a specialty cocktail for them, like during their dining, and I would refill it and give them their second round and things like that. But catering, I'm gonna say, is the next most, you know, inquired thing, because people are gonna always be having parties and stuff like that. They're gonna always have bridal showers, brunches, weddings, things of that nature. So I'm gonna say that event catering is probably like the second thing that keeps me the most busy. And now private dining experiences have become like the third one, but I feel that it's about to pick up in the fall. I don't know why, I just have this theory, because I do have a good bit of people that have booked me and said they want sit down dinners again. But initially when I first started off, from cooking for my friend and her boyfriend, most people wanted that experience. And like I said, it was peak COVID, so I was doing that a lot. But people are going out to eat and stuff. Now they have the option, unless they really want a different type of experience. So to make it clear, I identify as a private chef, event caterer, and I do meal preps.
And do you travel? You travel too?
I travel, I travel. Wherever you need me to be, I'm there. I can come, like...
Y'all heard that? If we have anybody out of state, she travels.
A plane ride away, like that's it. Like I'll be there.
Just know y'all spending that money. I just want to let y'all know that.
Gotta pay to play.
Gotta pay to play. So you mentioned earlier about your billboard. How was that? How did that come about? Did you pay for it? How was that?
Okay, so with the billboard, I'm glad you asked me that, because people may or may not have noticed that I was a teacher. So I taught for a year, on the tip of, you know how, like I said, I got a biology degree, and then there's those questions, all right, you graduated and you a chef now, what you gonna do with your biology degree? So that's me utilizing my biology degree, doing the 9-to-5 career job. So I took on a middle school teaching job. Loved my kids, but we in different times, and it ain't for everybody. I do think that teaching is for me. I feel like I impacted my kids a lot. And I'm not going to say that that's completely gone forever, because I mean, no one really has like those cooking aid classes anymore in schools. I don't, not here at least, unless I go be a professor at like a school, a college, or some culinary school or something of that nature. But I do feel like I do have a niche for teaching. So like I said, I was teaching. My business took a back seat to it, because teaching, you have to focus up on it. So my business really took a hit when I started teaching. And again, like I told y'all, when you a boss, you don't want nobody telling you nothing. And me and my principal didn't really see eye to eye. So it's almost like I'm dominant, and it's like I hear you, but I know what's best also ultimately, because I'm in this classroom with these kids and you just kind of passing by, and you want the face to look good when the big people come through, but you know, you don't really understand what's going on in here with these kids. Like I said, I didn't want to hear like what she was trying to, you know, like we just wasn't seeing eye to eye. So I put in my 2 weeks and I said, I swear to God, like I'm banking on me for real this time. Like I'm not going back to a 9 to 5. Like that's my mindset. I'm not saying I'm not ever, because I really do have like a sidebar thought of going work in a restaurant that has a cuisine that I don't know anything about, just to learn different skills, to work under some chefs literally in the kitchen as a chef though. Yeah. But I just knew that when I put in my 2 week notice at that school, I'm like, I'm going full throttle. Right. So my line sister had a billboard of Jordan, shout out to Jordan, she has like an accounting business, and she had a billboard that, you know, like the one that flashed like on the interstate, like the rotation one. Okay. And she told me about the lady, the billboard lady, that's literally her name, the billboard lady. I love Miss Leslie so much. She's been so helpful. But got her number, called her, got on the phone with her, and she told me that, you know, I turn people away from getting a billboard more than I actually help them get on there, because she's also like a business coach too. So she basically was letting me know that like she can tell through conversation if you really need a billboard. Can you handle what traffic? Again, I didn't phrase it, not say it. Can you handle the traffic that comes with that? And she told me that based off of the conversation that we had and like what business type I had, that I could handle that traffic. Now, downtown, I would drive by, because I frequent downtown a lot. I would drive by and see like people on billboards, and I would kind of like just stargaze and be like, man, one day I want to be on a billboard, like, and it was on me, like I would keep it. It wasn't like I was angry at all, but it was almost like, man, I want a billboard, like I really want one. But then I'm like, man, them things probably like $10,000 or like, you know, like a lot of money, like. And once she told me the prices and gave me like all my different options for billboards and stuff like that, I was like, I quit this job. I'm about to advertise the piss out myself, and I'm going full throttle. Now the spot that I actually wanted, which was on O'Keefe, right by where Jamba Juice used to be, there was this girl on there like Kiki or Kilolo Pralines or something like that, and I was like, she looks so young and she's on a billboard. So I'm like, definitely that's got to be me next. So I asked about it. She was like, no, the slot's not becoming available. I'm like, dang, and I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna be able to get a slot. There's no room for me to go where I want to go. She was like, but there is another spot. It's right on the opposite side. It's right across from City Hall, right by Dave & Buster's. She was like, this is where you would be. And she was like, I actually have a slot opening up next month. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that. And I paid it up. And for people that want to know, like, billboards do range from anywhere between $1,350 to $10,000-$20,000 depending on where you're located. So I definitely did pick a hot spot, which is downtown, because at the time I'm thinking like basketball games, football games, concerts, anything that goes on, just the people that are driving by. I'm thinking about the people coming out City Hall. I'm thinking about all the people that are business folks that are driving downtown, and just how many people are passing those billboards on a day-to-day basis that could potentially be my client down the line. And that's why I was very selective about like where I wanted to be. So I went on my move, I banked on myself, and business is booming. Like the billboard, our billboards worth it. They're worth it. They are worth it. So I encourage everybody to go get you one. If you can, get you a billboard, because like it definitely helped with traffic for my website, for my business line. Like it built up clientele.
So when she said handle that traffic, it was serious traffic that came.
It's serious. Like it's different when, you know, you drive by one on the interstate, or even when you drive by in general, there's only a certain amount of seconds that you might see that. Right. But it lessens when it's in rotation with like 8 or 9 other things popping up on those electric ones. Right. So I knew that I wanted to be stationary. I wanted to be like, if you drive by 1 second, you saw me. If you turn around, I'm still there. If you come back tomorrow, I'm still there. If you come back next week, I'm still there. Like, and keep seeing me to like put it in people's head. Like, I need to check out this website. I need to check out this girl's work, or whatever the case may be. And it worked. It worked. It was very beneficial. And I mean, I'm down now, but I will be back up. I might pick another spot in the city.
Period. So, y'all heard that. Congratulations. Though.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
That's what's up.
So, my last question for you, for anybody wanting to pursue a cooking career, what is some advice you would give them?
Anyone trying to pursue a cooking career, I would say be very optimistic. Be okay with not getting it right every single time. Recognize that everything does take time. You need to put a lot of love into cooking. You need to be patient. Yeah. Patience is everything. Like, what works for one person may not work for you. And you can apply that to being a chef, and you can apply that to life, really. What's for one person is for them, and what's for you is for you. Yeah. You have to have patience. Focus on what's in front of you on your plate, literally. Focus on what's in front of you, never what's going on with anybody else. Because the moment that you take your eyes off your plate and you looking towards other people, are you concerned with what somebody else got going on, or what they doing, or how fast they moving, or if they doing what you doing, or if y'all got the same client, or if y'all got the same style, you're losing already. Right. Because you got to stay in your own lane. Your own plate needs to be in front of you. You need to eat off your own plate, focus, and also recognize that there's room for everybody to literally win. Literally. There's so many people in the world. Like, if you share a client, that's fine. If you get this opportunity and another person doesn't, like, you know, just situations like that, just don't trip, because like things really come around for you and it takes time. So I would just advise people to just be very patient and focus on what's yours and only yours, and keep pushing forward and never look around at nobody else. Just focus on you and be willing to give and share information with other people, because you never know what that networking can do for you on the back end. Like, I literally, in this business, if I can't take a client, I have a list of chefs like that I've probably seen, or that I literally be like, and they don't even know it, but I be like, this is my sister chef, this is my brother chef. Ain't never spoke to the people in my life. They be liking their pictures, and they be like, yeah, all right, cool, looks great. And that's how I move. And I feel like when you give out blessings, they gonna come back to you.
For sure.
So yeah,
for sure. I like that.
Me too.
Everybody can eat.
Right.
There are some people that, you know, they don't like to give out that information, or they like to withhold certain things. But like you said, once you give out, that comes back tenfold, and that's what people, not everybody understands that yet.
Literally. Yeah. And my last question is, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I see myself, like, first of all, if the Lord say the same, in another state. Okay. I'm trying to move around. Home field is here for me, so I definitely feel like there's a lot of work to be done here before I move around, like, because my clients are very loyal and they solid, and I don't want to just like peace out on anybody. I got people literally that's probably watching this like, hold up, you said not yet, but I do see myself relocated, possibly with a food truck, or starting up the opening of a restaurant, long down the line. Like, I plan on being on Food Network on the show. Like, I just love watching when they be like, you ever seen Food Network when they be in the kitchen, they be cooking, like, my girls are coming over today, and I'm gonna make this, and they're gonna love this, and you're just on TV being cute and you're cooking. I see myself being a judge. I see myself being a judge, like, on a TV food show, like, just doing shows and being, I know that I want to be on TV. I want products. Like Aisha Curry, like, you know, like cookbooks and stuff like that. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to literally be a food influencer that literally all I do for a living is get up, make beautiful food, make people happy.
Here, y'all.
Or either someone's private chef too, like, to the point where I could do that and I'm still like moved away because I'm my athlete or whatever that I cook for, or my celebrity who's chef that I am, like, they allow me to have free reign and be creative and just be like, just posed up as like Tabitha, what's her name? Tabitha. That's my business, like that type. Like, that's what that is, like, the ideal thing for me. And having a restaurant, like, that's like the end goal.
I love that.
She just spoke it into existence.
Yes, y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all gonna refer back to this video and be like, I seen that one. That's radio podcast. You sure did.
You gonna come back and you gonna be like, I said this on FNN radio.
Yes.
Yup, you sure did.
So we gonna have you back on again, and we gonna see, you know, what you
well, like this, like restaurants with cookbooks and everything else.
Right. So y'all know what's going on. You may not know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. We got the self-love deck. Okay. We basically gonna have you pick a couple cards. It's talking about self-love questions. Some may be deep, some may be whatever. But we gonna have you pick a couple cards.
Okay.
Let's see.
So how many I need to pick?
We should do
just two. Yeah, just two. Don't look at.
Alright.
good.
Okay. You gonna take them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I was trying to see how to get it to you without looking at it.
We did this one last week.
Okay.
We have to pick another one.
I'm gonna just randomly pick one.
All right.
See.
Okay. Are you giving your all to the relationship you have with yourself? If not, why?
Ooh, that is a deep one right there. That came out the park swinging. Am I giving my all to the relationship that I have with myself?
That's powerful, right?
Yeah, that's deep. No, I'm not. I'm not. I feel like I'm still in that place of I still care so much about what everyone around me needs and wants, and are they happy, and are they happy with me? And that's a tough spot to be in. But like I said, I'm very transparent and upfront. I think that would be the only reason why I would say I'm not giving myself enough self-love, because I'm such a spread thin person that I'm trying to make sure that everybody's straight and that they good and they happy, and it's just kind of like you gotta look back and be like, bitch, are you good? Like, you straight? But I'm getting so much better at it. Like, I really have been like setting boundaries in a sense. Like, I really have been, and people do fall by the wayside when you set your boundaries. And I really have gotten to the point where I literally don't give a fuck either. Like, literally, I'd be like, what fucking ever. But I still just care so much. I care so much about everything and everyone around me. So I feel like that would be the reason why I would say I'm not.
But that's good that you're saying you're improving on it. You've seen the growth. I mean, that's really all it's about. Like taking it day by day. You know, that's really what's important about that. What was the question?
Not Evans. I'm playing. Are you giving your all to the relationship you have with yourself? If not, why?
I would say no too. And basically kind of like for the same reasons. Like, I know, like, there's so much that I want to do in my head, but when it's like coming to executing it, it's not nothing that I'm scared of, but it's just the fact of not doing it. And certain things, like life get in the way, and you know, it's certain things that happen. So my thing would be not doing everything that's in my head, if that makes sense.
It's like not getting everything accomplished that you're trying to set goals. I feel like a lot of people battle with that, because I feel like I do too. I feel like I have so many things that's spinning around in my head, and it's like unlimited ideas. And it's just kind of like you might touch one, and then the other ones all just fall by the wayside, and then months later you come back like, oh yeah.
And I feel like that just all that's gonna come with time. So that's why I don't even put that pressure on myself no more. Like, it's certain things that I want to accomplish. Like, it's 3 goals that I want to accomplish before this year, and I know that is possible. But at the same time, I know I'm not going to put that pressure on myself or like drag myself, because I know that what I have been doing, I may not be accomplishing everything I want to, but I am working towards it. So I don't beat myself up on that aspect of it. So I know I'm gonna be good.
So I basically agree.
Natalie.
Y'all basically said my answer for me. So I agree with you, Faith, and I agree with you, Eryn. In our last episode, you know, I said I'm a giver, and I feel like I'm working on it. Like you said, I try to make everybody else happy, and I forget about my happiness. So recently, like, it's been more of a like kind of pulling myself away from everybody, and I had to tell some people, you know, because some of your friends start to look at it as it's personal. And I had to like kind of express to some people that it's not personal, that I can't talk every day, or I don't want to pick up the phone every day, or I like don't want to listen to your problems. Like, it's just I think I done extended my hand so much, and I have shorthanded myself in the process. And now I'm at a point where it's just like you done shorthanded yourself so much, and I feel like, one, I could have been further if I had like put a little bit more into myself instead of others. And then 2, like, my happiness, I had to realize my happiness is a priority, no matter how much I love my friends and my family, and no matter how much I'm a giver, that my happiness matters also.
It does.
So that's my answer on that.
Good answers, ladies. Good answers.
Yes. So, okay, this is another deep one. What do you miss most about yourself?
Damn. deeper.
Yeah.
Right.
What do I miss most about myself? That's such a tough question to ask. I mean, well, answer and ask.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like what I miss most about myself is that when I was younger, I had more of a free spirit. Like, just so, like,
yeah,
everything is cool. I got all the time in the world. You know, when we get older, things get a little bit more strict. They get more serious. You start realizing that, damn, I really am getting old. Like, I mean, I'm 27 now. I ain't rushing it, but damn, the bitch is knocking on 30. So I start looking at it like, damn, you know, like, tighten up. Like, you know, you got some things you really want to accomplish. Because, like, when I was younger, I used to kind of always say, oh, by the time I'm this age, I'm going to be this, that, and the third. And when you get there, you realize that life literally throws curveballs at you in all kind of different ways. And you go through things and you're not as, like, mentally innocent or, like, just that child play, just that freedom that you used to have. Like, I just miss that.
So basically, would you say that kind of like, okay, so what you missed the most about yourself, would you kind of consider that like basically like your innocence, like your childhood, like kind of like it goes hand in hand?
Yeah, I just kind of miss that free that childhood feeling that I used to have. Like, you know, like I thank God for where I am, like, you know, and I thank God for growth every single day. It's just when I was younger, I had this just sense of just kind of like I'm comfortable, like, you know, I'm young, like, you know, you get older and like life just gets so much more serious, you know, like everything is so much more serious now, and it's just a lot to think about. Like, you really do get older and get to stressing because you got to do this and do that and make this happen, and it's kind of like it's really getting to a point where it's really all on you. Like, you got to make stuff happen for yourself and your life. And I think that just that seriousness that I have now, I ain't have that when I was a kid. I mean, obviously you're not supposed to, but it's just this nostalgic feeling that I miss of like just my younger self. I get it sometimes, like when I listen to certain music or some shit, but like that, I guess that's what I would say I miss about.
Yeah, like the reality of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I really miss anything. Like, if I would say, like, if I would give an answer, I would say that, but I don't really think I miss anything because I was young and I was dumb, and there were certain things that, like, I don't regret anything, but of course, you know, you feel, oh, I could have did this differently, or I couldn't have said, I wish I wouldn't have said that, or whatever. But overall, I don't really miss anything because I feel like I'm gaining so much more now in the position where I am now. I truly love it, and I wish just to continue to grow. I don't really miss anything about the old self. Me.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I would say my answer is it's kind of like my feelings before I experienced grief. And
I feel that.
I lost my grandpa back in like, what is that, 16, and I think that was like my first like real experience with grief. And I miss that. I miss myself before that, because I feel like once you really experience grief, you carry that forever, you know. And people think that it goes away, but it doesn't go away. It comes back, and you know, like, you carry that every day with you. So I would say that's what I miss, because like once you really experience grief and you lose somebody so close to you, like, that's a part of you forever, and I'm a firm believer in that. So I would say that.
That's probably why I kind of put my word in, like, I miss being younger, because when I was younger, my grandfather was alive, my grandmother was alive. I miss the way things used to be when I was a kid. My dad was alive, and like, when you speak about grief and literally carrying it with you, like, that is a real thing. Like, you literally, when they say you know, it don't really get better, you just learn to live with it and stuff like that. You literally learn to live with like a void. You know, and you just keep pushing through and moving. And that's why I say everything is so much more serious, because when I feel like I went through stages, like, just to speak about grief, like, I feel like I went through stages, like, when my grandmother died, I was really young. Of course, I cried, but I look back and I be like, damn, I feel like I was crying because I knew that was what I was supposed to do too. But then, like, when my grandfather passed away, because I spent so much time with my grandfather, it was like, okay, this shit hit close to home. But then when my dad died, I was like, shit. Like, that was, like, numbing. Because it's like, grandfather prepared me for what it feels like to lose one male figure, and then my dad died. And I feel like I truly watched my dad go. So, like, that's some shit that literally is gonna change you forever. It made life that much more serious for me, because I'm looking at it like, I'm down to one parent now, and I gotta really keep her close to me. So it make everything so much more serious. It make me hustle harder and everything. Like, when my dad passed away, man, I literally, the next semester, when I went back to school, what I think the max that you're supposed to take, you can take more hours, but I think it's like, what, 18 is like the normal amount. I want to say I carried like 24 or some shit. Like, it was an overload. Like, I had to literally go to dean's office and get signatures because I was that pressed to graduate. And I still didn't graduate, but I finished that semester after my dad died with a 3.2, and I carried all those hours. So what I did, people was like, girl, that shit is like, you're crazy. Like, why are you even still in school? And your dad died? And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, that shit just made it more for me. Like, I got to really push through. But then again, when I talk about that patience, because I remember doing good and then going talk to my advisor and being like, all right, cool, I did great. He was like, you did amazing. He was like, but you're still not graduating this semester. And I was like,
that's tough.
Girl, yeah.
He was like, you need to go back and take this over and this over, because you're trying to go to medical school, go PT school. So you need these grades to get in here. And I just remember being so crushed and going sit on the lake and just cry and cry and cry. And I literally was so mad, because I'm just like, I didn't make the deadline, Dad. Like, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So you literally do carry stuff like that around with you. And that be a part of the reason why I go so hard with everything I do too, because I be feeling like I got something to prove. Like, but not to me, like, like to my, like, and yeah, I get it. I definitely get your take on it. And I think that's kind of like, it meshes up with what I'm saying.
What you're saying,
because everything was everything. Essentially.
No, I definitely feel that. I appreciate you for being here. We
Thank
appreciate you for being here. This was an amazing episode. Definitely loved it. What about you, Nat?
Yeah, you know how I feel about our female entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Like, I'm all for, like, I'm not, because there is some people that are just fake girl empowerment, but I love seeing us women do good, great things, happy, flourishing. Like, I'm such a, like, oh my God, like, I'm so happy for you. Like, and this is my first time meeting you. Like, I'm happy for all the things that you've sat here and you've said that you accomplished and that you're going to accomplish, because, like, just in how you speak, it's like, it's not arrogant to me. Like I said, it's you're confident in your work, and that's a good thing. Like, and I just love your personality. So
thank you y'all.
Thank you. But y'all, she's gonna plug her information. I said information in. Where can the people find you?
So on Instagram, my Instagram handle is Eating with Eryn. That is Eryn with a Y, not an I, because a lot of people think Eryn is ERIN. My name is ERYN. So at Eating with Eryn, my website is the exact same. It's www.eatingwitheryn.com, and you can like me on Facebook at Eating with Eryn.
Period. And I'm your faithful realtor on Instagram, on TikTok, and Faithe Williams on Facebook.
And I'm Natalie Lucia _ on Instagram and Twitter. And y'all just make sure y'all book with Eryn and don't look, okay, baby?
Don't look, book.
That part.
All right.
But we appreciate y'all. This episode 14. Yeah, it's episode 14. It's episode 14. And we definitely appreciate y'all for joining us. And we're going to see y'all later. Bye.